This is Eagle Out, and today we're going to talk about the Jets. Are they trying to steal Howie Roseman from us, or if it's overblown? Also, we're going to talk about Zack Baun. NFL, don't rob Zack Baun of Defensive Player of the Year. Lastly, we're going to talk about CJ Johnson. He got them haters quiet, but let's get straight into it. All right, man, before we hop straight into it, gotta say congratulations to DeVonta Smith. So DeVonta Smith and his significant other are officially engaged. It's no better day to get engaged, right, on New Year's Eve, proposing with that nice ring. So again, shout out to DeVonta Smith. We've been with this girl for a while. They got kids together, or they about to have kids together. Hopefully she have a safe pregnancy and delivery and stuff like that. But again, shout out to DeVonta Smith, man. Winning on and off the field. Yes, you hear my voice. I promise you, Eagle Out don't drink, smoke, do any of that. I'm just getting sick. It is what it is. Also, I want to talk about something else, man. Let's get into football. I keep hearing this thing that we scared of Green Bay or fans are scared of Green Bay. Like what? Green Bay, I don't think haven't beaten a team with a winning record this year. Why are we scared of Green Bay? Yes, it would have been fun to beat up on Washington. More than likely, we're not going to play Washington, but there's no point of being scared of Green Bay. Green Bay is ass. We could kick their ass, get to the next, round. But again, there's no reason to be afraid of Green Bay. I'm seeing all these debates like, oh no, we got to play Green Bay. They Super Bowl contenders, this and that. But what are we? Right? We are juggernaut, right? We Super Bowl contenders. And we're going to get like Dallas Goddard back. So we're going to have the whole arsenal with Goddard back, with Jalen Hurts back. You're going to have Saquon Barkley, your receiver. Like, you're going to be fine. Your O-line is healthy. Your defense is healthy per se. Not sure what's going on with Bryce Huff, but everybody's healthy. So there's no reason to be scared of Green Bay. And you guys know that week one team, we way better than that week one team. And they couldn't even beat that team. Week one team, defense was a little sloppy. No, CJ Johnson not missing tackles like he was in week one. CJ Johnson, I don't even think missed a tackle yet since the winning streak or since week 5. I don't think he missed a tackle. So there's no point of being scared of Green Bay at all if we got to play them. And if we run into Washington, what's going to happen? We're going to put paws on them little boys. We're going to put paws on them. So we got to chill. We got to relax. We're going to beat the shit out of Green Bay. We have to play them. All right, so let's talk about Howie Roseman, right? So there are reports coming out, and I think it's more of a speculation than a report saying like the Jets need to do something like out of the box, right? And get Howie Roseman, like offer him like ownership with the Jets, pull him from the Eagles. Like, the Jets need that type of help. I think they were just using that as an example, but it's been a slow news day on New Year's Eve. So I guess it made the news, and that's why I'm talking about it. But it sounds more like a theory to me. But I think even Elliot Short Parts, and I barely agree with Elliot Short Parts, but it's like less than a 1% chance Howie Roseman will lead the Eagles for the Jets. I think the Jets are so bad Howie Roseman can't save them. It's a culture thing. You get Aaron Rodgers, you got Sauce Gardner. Hell, Hassan Reddick been getting 10 plus sacks with us since he been there, since he been in Philadelphia. He did it in Carolina, and I think he did 1 year in Arizona. But he's with the Jets and can't get a sack. That's insane. Hassan Reddick can't get a sack in New York. So that lets you know there's a culture problem there. It's way bigger than what Howie Roseman can do. Anybody can do. So that's ownership, and just something has to change. Something. The last time they've really been relevant and who changed that culture is a guy like Rex Ryan. They need a guy like that. Hell, they might need to rehire Rex Ryan. They haven't been good since him. They haven't been relevant since him. So no, Howie Roseman's not going to the Jets. And they keep using, oh, he's a Brooklyn native. but he went to high school in New Jersey. He went to high school in New Jersey, man. And yes, he tried to intern with the Jets. I think they declined him or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And he ended up, going to Philadelphia, and he embraced the culture. Like he's not going anywhere. That's just, I think that was more of a theory of what the Jets can do to save that franchise. Because how it's looking, that franchise is going to be bad for a long time. Long time. But while I talked about CJ Gardner-Johnson in the beginning, let's talk about him now. He was Defensive Player of the Week. He had an interception, obviously, 2 picks, a tackle, and a touchdown. He earned Defensive Player of the Week on the NFC side. And shout out to CJ Gardner-Johnson. Some of you guys, you guys always come at me in the comments when I'm wrong about somebody. But some of you guys owe me an apology, man. The first 4 weeks, I remember, we should have signed Xavier McKinney, which he is doing good in Green Bay. We should have signed him, or we should have signed that guy. I'm like, be patient. CJ Gardner-Johnson is going to come around. He's going to change the culture. We need that mouthpiece pause in the culture, and the play is going to step up. He's going to take that leadership role. Nah, I don't see it, this and that. Since then, that win streak, I'm telling you, haven't missed a tackle. 1. 2, he's been the ball hawk that we wanted because he got 6 picks. Remember 2022? He got 6 picks. He's been pretty durable. Haven't really been hurt this year during the regular season. Did he even miss a game? I'm not even sure if he missed a game. I know he missed plays and things like that happen, but I don't remember him missing a game. I could be wrong on that, but he's been pretty healthy. He's been doing this thing. Now, CJ Gardner-Johnson definitely needs some work in the red zone. I ain't going to lie to y'all about that. Like, he needs some work in the red zone. But other than that, man, CJ Gardner-Johnson has been awesome. He's been great. And he's becoming that leader that we love. Like, he said, like, I've been talking to the rookies and getting them ready for the playoffs and let them know how the playoffs work. So CJ Gardner-Johnson is not that immature guy in New Orleans. He had immature moments in Philadelphia for sure, but I think he's really embracing that leadership role. When did you ever hear like CJ Gardner-Johnson apologizing for something? Like, he really didn't have to apologize to Quayon Mitchell, but he knew how big the moment was. And he apologized to Quayon Mitchell for technically stealing the potential, INT. It is what it is, but that just lets you know the growth of CJ Gardner-Johnson. And a lot of you haters are quiet. Y'all quiet, man. All right, let's get into the last topic. And let's talk about Zack Baun. Now, the Lions just had a game. Everybody was watching. And it's, oh my God, Kirby Joseph should be Defensive Player of the Year. He deserves to be in the conversation. I'm like, what? So this is the thing that don't make sense to me. Kirby Joseph is having a really good year individually, but Kirby Joseph is a safety to one of the worst, if not the worst, passing defense in the NFL. I get it, the injuries, this and that, but you can't have the worst passing defense and be Defensive Player of the Year. Zack Baun is not only probably the best player on the best defensive team, he got the numbers to back it up. I know you guys don't like Emmanuel Acho. Broken clock is right twice a day. But he made some good points about Zack Baun. And let me play this clip.
New Year, people. Enough with the pleasantries. Let's cut to the chase. Zack Baun should be the Defensive Player of the Year, and I honestly feel bad if he's not. Zack Baun, compared to the last time a linebacker won Defensive Player of the Year in Luke Kuechly, Baun has more sacks, 3.5 to Luke Kuechly's 2. Baun has 150 tackles. Luke Kuechly had 156. Zack Baun has 5 forced fumbles. Luke Kuechly had none. Zack Baun even has an interception, albeit Luke Kuechly had 4. If Zack Baun's name was maybe Fred Warner or Roquan Smith, he would be unanimously the Defensive Player of the Year. See, people try to make the name, TJ Watt. TJ Watt is always and forever a baller. But think about TJ Watt's Defensive Player of the Year season to this year. He had 22.5 sacks that year. This year, he has 11. He has 7 pass deflections. This year, he has 4. He had 21 TFLs. This year, he has 19. TJ Watt, as great as a season as he is having, is not nearly having the season he was having when he won Defensive Player of the Year. Furthermore, TJ Watt's defense isn't even like that. Zack Baun is the best player. He's having the best season on the #1 total defense in football and the #3 scoring defense in football. Let's look at other leaders. When you think about Kirby Joseph, shout out to the 9 interceptions, leads the league. But the Lions have the 31st best pass defense and like the 27th best overall defense in football. When you think about the leading sack guy in Trey Hendrickson, the Bengals defense is atrocious. That's why they might miss the playoffs. To not honor the season that Zack Baun is having is to do one of two things. Either punish Zack Baun for not having a bigger name, or two, not understand just how important linebackers are. They tether the defensive line and the secondary together. They fully have to know coverage, and they have to completely execute run responsibilities. So I hope if we do nothing else in the new year, we honor what Zack freaking Baun has done all season long. To me, I don't know how you could vote for anybody else for DPOY. I don't know.
Those are some good points. He mentioned other guys, TJ Watt, numbers drop. He mentioned a guy from the Bengals, but the Bengals got one of the worst, if not the worst, defense in the NFL. Can't include him. Kirby Joseph, safety, got the worst passing defense. Zack Baun numbers compared to Luke Kuechly, who won Defensive Player of the Year when he won it, is better than Luke Kuechly's numbers. I get it. Zack Baun don't have a big name. He don't really have a cachet because he's more of a quiet guy. But them numbers talk. The film talks. I'm telling you, if he don't get it, he's getting robbed. He's definitely getting robbed if he don't get it. And LaShawn McCoy even trying to make a case from like, yo, NFL, don't rob him. Don't rob Zack Baun. Which I got a feeling they going to do it because, again, he's not Roquan Smith. He's not Patrick Queen. He's not Fred Warner. He's Zack Baun, a guy that came from the Saints who didn't even know, honestly, we watching camp. Like, is he going to make the team? Is he an edge rusher? Are we really experimenting with an edge rusher at middle linebacker? Yes, he was that guy. Today, he's probably the best linebacker in the league this season. Because I know y'all going to say, oh my God, you gassing him too much. I'm saying this season, nobody's playing better than Zack Baun at middle linebacker. And I think, again, he's Defensive Player of the Year. He is. I know y'all don't want to get Offensive Player of the Year to Saquon and then Defensive Player of the Year to Zack Baun, but he deserve it, man. He deserve it, and I'm afraid that his name is not come up in the conversation a lot more. Got a feeling they're gonna give it to like Kirby Joseph or something like that. Then Saquon's gonna get Offensive Player of the Year. And one more point I gotta make: if Kirby Joseph win Defensive Player of the Year, I think Joe Burrow should win MVP. You know why? Because Joe Burrow got the best numbers. He putting up a lot of touchdowns. Is he the reason why the Bengals are losing? No. But you know why we don't consider Joe Burrow? Because his team is not winning. And when you look at the Detroit Lions, that defensive side is ass. Why should he win it? Why should Kirby Joseph win? So you get what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna give it to him, man. I hope they do. But I got a feeling he's gonna get robbed. But that's all I got for you guys today. And Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year. I'm a big New Year guy. I always say my New Year's resolution is just to be better than last year. And that's all we could hope for, man. Just be better than last year. Try some new things going into like the new season and stuff like that. I promise y'all, try to live stream a lot more. I know I do it Thursdays with my friends at NFC East Roundtable, but I got to find a way to do it on this platform, right? It's just that I got 2 little kids. It's really, really hard for me to live stream unless I do some late night ones. But we'll see. Just ideas, thoughts I'm throwing out and thinking about. We'll see when the time comes. But this is Eagle Al, man. I'm out.